Namaskar. Very warm welcome to all our viewers and learners in this very special session of CIT and CRT named webinar. I am Renu Bhatt with you all, and you are watching us live on PM eVidya channel, channel number 6 to 12, and on our NCRT official YouTube channel as well. Dear learner, this is our special session as I have just told you, and today is Wednesday, and on this very specific day we bring you a series on ET and ICT tools, and our expert will demonstrate a tool, or we can say an app in front of you for your convenience, and the tool and software that we are going to learn today in this specific session is Freeplane, and the title of this session is Creating Mind Maps Using Freeplane. So how you can use this app and what other benefits are there for this specific software, we will let us know by our expert. Let's meet her. You are Miss Neetu Sharma. You are academic consultant from CIT and CRT. Very warm welcome, ma'am. And before we begin this special session, let me give some very certain information in case you have any query and questions regarding this specific app, or we can say software, that is Freeplane. Feel free to connect to us through our various medium. You can call us, you can email us, you can even drop a comment as well. You can call us on our telephone number, that is 8800 Either you can drop a mail at our email address, that is training.helpdesk@cit.nic.in. We all appreciate your feedback as well. And if you have joined us through our live streaming, that means you are on our NCRT official YouTube channel. You have to go to the live chat box and then you have to drop your comment. Our expert will be happy to answer all your queries and doubts if you have any. And dear learners and viewers, before we begin this special session, let me share a very important piece of information with you all regarding India's G20 presidency. We are indeed very proud that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in 2023. A nation that deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in our history as it seeks to play an important role by finding pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all. And in doing so, manifests the true spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or we can say the whole world is one family. With this very beautiful message, let's quickly begin this session. Over to you, ma'am. What exactly you have for our learners and viewers, ma'am?
Thank you, Renu. Today we'll be doing mind maps. We'll create mind maps. We'll understand the theory behind the mind maps. And then I'll be demonstrating Freeplane software to our viewers.
Okay. So, ma'am, shall we start the session?
Sure.
Sure, ma'am.
So, as we know that a picture is worth 1,000 words. So, there is a research by Ralph Haber which has been published in Scientific American magazine in 1970. So in that research, it was mentioned that an individual has recognition accuracy between 85% to 95%. Now, what we do? We associate and remember images by using massive range of cortical skills, that is our imagination. So images are, they are basically evocative, they are precise. Images are potent in triggering our thinking skills. They trigger our memory, associations we make with different objects. So, you know, let's take a real-time example. Suppose we are planning a vacation and we have 4 members in our family.
Right.
So each member has his own choice of destination.
Right.
And maybe 1 or 2 members may be having 2-3 in their bucket list. If it is a country, then what happens is you have cities to visit in that. Then you have a choice of places in those cities to visit. So if we start listing it down, the time we'll start, penning it down, by the time we'll reach the end, what happens is it becomes visually clumsy. We forget how to eliminate other destinations and reach to our conclusion. So what happens is, if we have this picture in our mind, if we draw this picture, so what happens is that it becomes very easy to eliminate the unwanted options from this. Unwanted options means we have our budget constraints, we have our time constraints. So, you know, mind map is one of the very effective tools of ICT, I would say it not only uses the images, but mind map is image in itself.
Okay.
So now coming to the definition of mind map is visual representation of diagrams. It includes tasks, words, concepts and items which are linked to and arranged around a central concept. And what is that central concept? That is the main focal point, main idea, and here it is the mind map. So we can say that mind map is one of the easy options to brainstorm your thoughts organically. Why we say it organically? That what happens is that it arranges a huge monotonous information in the form of colorful, memorable, highly organized diagrams which are in line with the natural way of working of our brain. And whatever our brain thinks, mind map portrays that on the paper or on the screen.
Right. And ma'am, as we can say in presentation, it's already drawn, right? And if we talk about another software, the title is creating mind maps using Freeplane. So there is a question in my mind, can we draw mind maps by hand?
Of course, you can draw mind maps by hand. But if you do it online, you get variety of templates which are dynamic. And what happens is you, apart from being dynamic, you can build associations with around the mind map. Plus, this dynamism helps you to create bigger mind map which doesn't fit your paper.
Okay. So that is the benefit of using mind maps through softwares.
Yes.
Okay.
Then let us see the theory behind the mind map. See, if we study the functionality of our brain and memory system, you will be surprised to see the staggering range of possibilities and capabilities our brain has. So mind map entices, it delights, it stimulates and challenges our brain. So we can say that information flows in and out of our brain when we study, when we learn through mind maps, or when we try to draw the mind map. Then we can say basically it is mapping out our thoughts, our ideas on paper or on screen. We can also say that mind map is a external mirror of our radiant thoughts. What it does is it provides a universal key to unlock the dynamic potential of our brain. So we can say that mind maps radial structure directly corresponds to the way our brain stores and retains the information. It conveys a big idea through a very small image. And obviously it has some mental triggers which we already said, that it has pictures, it has colors, connections to help your brain memorize and retain the knowledge for longer time. And when you are trying to create a mind map, it doesn't feel that you are working with it. It's like a joyful activity for you. Now let us discuss some research-based benefits. There are three types of knowledges if you talk about the previous knowledge and a new acquired knowledge. When we have previous knowledge and we acquire some new knowledge, if there is no measurable difference between both the knowledges, then it is non-learning. Then comes rote learning. We have previous learning, then we have some new learning. And when there is no association between both the learnings, then it is rote learning. And when we are able to associate both the previous learning and the newly acquired learning, it becomes a meaningful learning. I would say it is a deeper learning which gives you deeper comprehension of the concept. Plus, you can manipulate your learning, manipulate your concepts and apply it in real-time situations, apply it in life. Then we come to memorization and retention. Our brain, human brain, is able to retain 5 to 9 units at a time if we talk about long term memory, but in short term memory it is up to 4 units only. So mind map does not store things, store words, sentences or paragraphs. What it does is it divides the e-content or the content in chunks. So it is always better to retain the chunks rather than memorizing the entire sentence, paragraphs, which is not in line with our brain. If we talk about learning through mind maps, mind map is an active learning technique. It engages the learner because it involves brainstorming. It generates ideas. It creates associations between different ideas. So, it creates a structure which is in line with the neutral structure of your brain. Mind map, it is easier to understand the complex issues through mind maps. I have some data with me that there was a study in which 92% people responded that learning through mind maps helped them in reaching clarity, whereas 83% were able to share their ideas with greater clarity when they used mind maps for their learning. 81% managed their learning efficiently, and 67% were able to identify the root cause problems. So, of course, when the entire content is divided into pieces, it just a matter of joining the dots between them.
Okay. Ma'am, in that case, we can say mind maps are helpful in troubleshooting?
Yes, of course. Mind maps are helpful in troubleshooting because one of the applications we can see is problem solving. We have a problem which is the central idea, and all possible solution becomes its branches. And when they become its branches, you can ideate further path you can take while selecting that particular solution. So what happens is that those the further path becomes these sub branches. So no doubt, mind map is one, troubleshooting is one of the benefits, one of the applications of learning through mind maps. Yes.
Okay.
Then coming again to the research based benefits, then next benefit is productivity. Again, I will support this with some data that there was a study where 16.7% people responded that mind mapping saves 7 plus hours per week, whereas 30.7% people responded that mind mapping saves 3 to 7 hours per week, whereas 41.4% people responded that through learning through mind mapping they saved 1 to 3 hours per week. So indeed, learning through mind maps boosts our productivity. Definitely learning through mind map, if you study through mind map or if you teach through mind map, it ignites the creativity, because there was a research where data was collected from both experts and beginners. Both came to the same conclusion that their creativity was increased by 80%. So that's a huge number. Then coming to flexibility. Till now, whatever benefits we have seen, so it tells us that it is a versatile tool. Right from lower grades, we can use mind maps till higher education. So we can use it any ways we want in any class. Now coming to the anatomy of mind map, the structure of mind map. We have the central idea, then we have branches that can be n number of branches we can have, then we have sub branches that is also known as twigs. Each branch contains and connects a model structure to a whole structure. So we can say that mind map is a natural organizational structure. It radiates from the center. It uses lines, symbols, words, colors according to simple brain friendly concepts. See, as and when the idea clicks to your mind, you can pen it down, you can add it to your mind map online, and this is how it keeps on adding your ideas, and this is how it goes on. Another example is this. This is one of the examples of mind map. Now when we start creating mind maps, there are certain questions which come to our mind, that how can we create an effective mind map for learning as well as for teaching. So there are few points which I have gathered, and like we should avoid using lowercase while making mind maps. We should use lowercase, we should avoid using capital words. Then we should identify the keywords, and we should use as many keywords as possible in branches and sub branches. Using as many pictures and symbols of course helps you to make it eye catchy. Using colors for different branches, ideas and links improves the visibility of the mind map. Colors always make things stand out, and more it will stand out, more it will be retained in our mind. We should always think in a 3D format, because we always associate one branch to another, or the central concept to the sub branches. So the 3D view should be in our mind before creating a mind map. We for creating associations, arrows, links between different paths should be used. We should not be stuck to one area. We should explore each and every branch. Like we should not give sub branches, sub branches to a single idea. We should have more branches, and more sub branches should be added to it to give it a radial structure. We should not hold our thoughts back. We should not judge and hold it back. We should put each and every idea in the mind map. Later on, more can be added, and the idea which is unwanted can be deleted. And of course, we have to be creative, because creativity aids our memory. Now there are certain softwares which can be used to create mind maps online. So one is FreeMind, then is Compendium, Wise Mapping, Semantic, Xmind, Coggle, Freeplane and MindMister. So today we will be exploring Freeplane software. Now Freeplane is a free and open source application software which supports thinking, sharing information, getting things done. Now why we call it free? The license is free, anyone can use it, and open source, the source is shared by everyone with everyone, so that they can make changes, they can improvise the design of the software. Though there are many mind mapping tools available on internet, but Freeplane is one of the robust and super user alternative to other tools. It can be used on any operating system with the condition that it should have current version of Java in it. It can be used locally and portably through USB. It can be downloaded and installed through a SourceForge website.
So ma'am, here I just wanted to ask you a question. Are Freeplane, like we are saying, it's create mind maps and flowcharts, are they same one?
Not exactly.
Okay.
What flowchart does is it carries the information in a linear form. It is more of sharing your experiences or sharing your journey. But mind map is a non-linear form. It is a web form. It is a radial structure which has branches, which has sub-branches, sub-branches connected to other branches connected to some other twigs. So it is a radial form, and flowchart goes in a linear form.
Okay. So this is the basic difference between flowchart and mind maps.
Yes, Renu.
Okay.
Now this is how we download Freeplane on our PC. On Google we'll type Freeplane mapping tool download, and then the first website we get it, sourceforge.net. When we click this website, we'll get this Freeplane download option, and we can download it. When we download it, we get this icon on our desktop.
Okay.
And after that we have to install it, run it, and then finally we'll get this icon which will be ready to use.
Okay.
For further information, there is this documentation reference. If we click this, this
so
is
ma'am, student and teachers, whosoever, they can use this software, right?
Yes.
So do they need to download it in laptop or computer systems only, or they can use it on phone as well?
No, not now, not phone.
Okay.
It is available for desktop only. So that's why we are exploring it here.
Okay. Fine, ma'am.
Okay. So you see, this is a basic documentation. If you need any guidance, you can go through this. This is home. This is how to get help. Then getting started, it tells you each and everything, how to download it, how to install it, and then how to go about it. Then you have user documentation, the first step, that how you create it, how new nodes are made, and how sub nodes are made. Then how keys, keyboard keys can be used to make the mind map. So right now I'll be demonstrating that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have a demonstration session.
So dear learners and viewers, we are receiving your comments, and we appreciate your efforts. We would love to have questions related to this particular topic only, that is creating mind maps through Freeplane. And for that, you can call us on our telephone number with all your queries. You can call us on our telephone number, that is 8800 440 559. Either you can go to our YouTube channel, that is NCERT official. You have to go to the live chat box and you have to drop your comment. That is the fastest medium to connect with us. And let's quickly move towards our expert with her demonstration.
Yeah, see, this is the view when you open Freeplane. This is 1.10.6 version, that is the latest version of Freeplane. So you have number of tablets. You go to file, then you say new mind, you click on new mind map, and you have number of templates. So see, this is like these are different kinds of templates. My personal favorite is big map. So I'll be working on this. See, this is how it comes. Let's name it my first project. Now this is the main concept. We'll go around this. Initially, I'll not be telling you in a subject specific manner, like taking an example of science, maths or any language or any other. So we'll be just taking a in general idea, then we'll be adding our inputs to it subject wise. Then if you see this in the toolbar, there is plus sign. You do plus and you add the branch. You press enter. This is the first branch. then you press enter, you get more branches.
Okay.
So enter works getting the branches. Yeah, and then if you have to, suppose we give it A, the first one is A, second is B, we have to add more branches, it is C, then more, it is D. We have C, then we have D. Then what happens is, maybe if I add sub branches to it, it will be more cluttered here. So what I'll do is I select CD, I'll go to edit, I'll go to move and sort and move it to left. Then it will come this side. If I have to add sub branches to it, it can be through add node or it can be through tab. After tab, we can press enter to, add more branches to it. Let's have, this is A1, this is A2. Now we'll go to B, we'll again press tab and we'll have B1, then we'll have B2. Then again going to C, we'll press tab, we'll have C1, by entering we get C2, by pressing enter we get C3. Now again I know that I have to add 3 sub branches to D. So I'll simply select this, I'll copy this, I'll go to D and I'll paste it. And I will change the name like D1, D2, yes, I can change it, just a moment, yeah. I don't need this branch, I don't need this, I need this, it will be D1. So now we have 4 branches and we have sub branches to it, and then we may also have one summary branch for every sub branch, like go to add node, then we'll go to summary node, it gives us the summary of what we have done. So it is summary of A. Then it will be, then again select these two, add node, new summary, then we'll have summary of B, and so on. We can go on doing this. Now we have the toolbar here. If you see this arrow, we have this toolbar. What we can do is we can change the color, the shape, the edge styles and everything from here. This is the basic, because I have selected big .mm template. So this is the basic thing which is there in that template. So if we come to my project, I have selected the main idea. So I'll go to node color and I want it yellow. The best part is that it will be saved in the recent ones, so that we can save, we can use it again in the same mind map. Because when we make a big mind map, we get confused that which color have we used.
Right.
So it gets saved here. So see, I take it yellow. The text will be yellow. And background, I take maybe a lighter one or a darker one, so that yellow is visible. It will be this. See, if we select this. Same ways we can change the colors of each and every node. We can also change the background color also. Like this, right? So, and you can apply this to all the branches. Then going ahead, we have node shapes like the center. In the center, we do not want oval, we want bubble. It will be like this. If we want fork, it will be like this. Wide hexagon. So there are many options to change it. So this is our shape. Then we can change the edge also. Like the edges, I select these two nodes. I need this edge. See, the edge has changed. There are variety of options you can choose from. Hide edge. You can have horizontal. Let us have this one. It shows in a better way the different kinds of edges. You have linear. If you see this edge is changing because I have selected these two nodes. It's sharply curved. You can change the color of the edge also. See, it has changed to fluorescent green. It can be sharp linear. The edges can also be changed. Now we have one more option, cloud. If you give the option cloud, it gives a cloud to the entire project, or it can give it to a particular node also. And the cloud is of different shape. It can be star, it can be rectangle, so that your mind map stands out. Maybe you can use this. So arc, and if you want to remove this, here see in the toolbar there is an option remove. You can remove it. Plus you can change the font. You can reduce or increase the font from here. You can choose the this font style from here. Whatever font you want to use, it is very handy in this. And there is one different option in this. If you go to format, you can if you go to just a minute, yeah, if you go to this note thing, edit note, if you want to, if I want to write something like this is my first project. Okay, whenever you will scroll here, you will get this note. It's here, right? You can add as many attributes to it. If you want to give some value to it, it will be go to attributes, new attribute. One is A, and if you enter it, see it came here. Every node can get an attribute. You can add or delete the attributes, like new attribute or delete attribute. You can do it. If you want to insert one more thing, if we want some connections like between two of them, like summary A and summary B, we want to connect both of these, we can insert the connect. See, the arrow appeared here. So you can give as many connections in this mind map, and you can give it any form. If you go in the node core, and if you go to blink node, so if it is an online project, you can have this blinking thing also to make it stand out. You can insert images also in this. Go to insert, add image. Okay, we need to save this mind map first to add the image. My first project, we'll be saving it on desktop. Save. Now it's saved. Now we can add the images. We can insert image to it. We'll go to mind map. We'll take this image. It has come here.
Okay.
Okay, and we can add icons also to various nodes. Like if you see on the left side, there are various icons. You can add, can you see? We have added to A. Similarly, we can add to B. we can add as many as, if you don't want to use this, you want some particular category, you can go to insert, icons, and you can always choose from this table, icon from table, from category, or you can use it from here. Now there are many options in this, but the best part is exporting this mind map. So if you want to, I just forgot, we can give it a link also, like insert, we give link, add hyperlink. So what we'll do is, our PPT is open and in that we have a link.
Right.
Right? We'll copy this for our trial and we'll add it here, right? And then this, see, link is there. When we click to, when click and see.
So we directly go to that particular
documentation
webpage?
part.
Okay.
Yes. We directly go to this documentation part. And now the best part about it is, we can save it, we can export it in many formats. Now going to those formats, we'll go to export map. In export, we can save it as PDF. Just a moment, PDF. Yes, it's here. PDF, save, right? Now we'll export the map as PNG. See, this is what it has done. This is the PDF form. We get the PDF form here. Then if we save it as PNG, you can place this PNG picture in any of your projects, in any of your documents, like any other image.
And we can share this mind map to anyone?
Yes, you can. How you can do it? In fact, you can incorporate this mind map in your web page also. I'll tell you how. Like, you go to save, you save it as HTML. Yes, it's here, HTML. You save this project as HTML, and now see, if you see this, the page has come like this, and if you go to my first project and you click it, it's again the link working here. So if you want to make all the links workable, you have to save it as a HTML file or a XML file, and the links will work as you want. Now one more interesting thing I wanted to show you, that in the same mind map, we have this Hindi thing, right? We copy this, Control C, we go there, see,
Okay.
right?
Right.
This is a Hindi mind map now. Again, we go here, we select its branches, we select it all at one time, right? To reduce our work, to copying each and every branch, and then we have copied this, we come here, we come to our central idea, we place it. It comes like this.
Okay.
And if this is changed, you can always go to the font. You have Hindi font also here.
So we can write it in Hindi as well.
Yes, for us it is difficult to type right now in Hindi on this keyboard.
Right.
So I already saved it to tell you. There is a font here in Hindi. Yeah, it's here. Nirmala UI. You can do it in Hindi also. So we have already saved this. Now we'll just close this and we'll start a new map.
Okay.
With a general information, we'll start it. You have a lot of, tools, it is like, you know, hitting and trying it. When you go in the menu bar, when you go in a toolbar, you see number of options you can do with this.
That a person need to explore.
Yes, you know, these are the very basic ones in Freeplane, what I am explaining it right now. But there are variety of options. And even, you know, I am not able to explore till now, though I use it very frequently. Right. But there are so many options. That is why I told you that it is a super user software for you.
Right. Ma'am, we just wanted to know, how can you assess the quality of your mind map, ma'am?
It's a very good question, Renu, very good. Because, you know, you think that you have made an effective mind map.
Right.
But what happens is that it is not, quality-wise, the map, the mind map is not that appropriate. So, you know, what you have to do is, first you have to see the purpose of the mind map you are making it. If it is for the personal use, see your personal purpose. Why are you making it? And if it is for others, you have to see your audience. You have to study their needs before making it, so that you don't miss any key point, any keyword while making the map. Secondly, you can organize and group the branches logically. The logical flow of the mind map is very important. Like I told you that we can insert links in this. We can insert images. We can insert links in the form of URL or a direct file. So it should be connected with the content. So it should not be like this, that you have inserted anything in that. If you are adding any video to it, it should be free, license should be free for all, open for all. You have to think a lot of things before, you know, making the mind map. Plus, icon and symbols should get some meaning. It's not that just to add it, you have added it. It should be connected to the content you are trying to show it. Visual clutter should not be there. You should avoid it. That adding so many branches and then, you know, getting confused among those and not being able to set the associations between them, then it becomes very difficult. Plus, in the end, you should always ask yourself few questions, that what you try to emphasize, is it showing in the map? What have you set any boundaries? Yeah, have you set any like standout things, and are they showing the way you wanted them to look like? So these are the few things which you should need to take care of.
Ma'am, here let me tell you that we have only 5 more minutes left for this session, ma'am.
All right, all right. Yes, even I wanted to conclude it. See, there are certain educational benefits which the session will be incomplete if I don't mention those. Even for teachers and students, I feel that mind map is equally effective, equally knowledgeable, and if you make it, it will benefit both equally. So, you know, students can take notes. It is very good in building your vocabulary, your grammar. Because you can, if you want to see the synonyms of some word, you can add branches, you can add meanings, you can add sentences to it. Then it's very good in planning lessons. For project management, it is very important. It is, it becomes good to, you know, to increase your writing skills, to improve your writing skills. Why I say that is, suppose the mind map which we saw, the time management one. Let me show this to you again. This is the time management mind map. See, if we see that mind map and you give it to 30 students of your class, just imagine how creative they will be, how productive they will be. You know, someone will just copy the main words, main branches, main concepts, and they'll note it down. But others may try to expand it, to explore more about it, and write thousands of words on this. Right?
So it's highly creative.
Yeah.
Okay. So ma'am, we have some questions. We have received some questions from our viewers, and Kisa Goi also wants to know about that thing that I've already asked you about, the Android phone. Can we use it on phone?
No, not yet. I haven't explored it on phone,
okay.
And neither I have seen it. Yeah. So I have just used this one.
Ma'am, Varun also wants to know how to use this software in language teaching, ma'am.
in language teaching,
Yes, ma'am.
of course, that's what I explained. If you are a English or a Hindi teacher, if you give one word and ask your students to add the branches to it, they can add meanings to it, they can add synonyms to it, they can use it in sentences, and then you can ask them to frame, you can give words to them, and you can ask them to frame the sentences using joining the making the associations between branches and sub branches.
Okay, ma'am, one more question is there. Kindly also explain about concept mapping in upcoming series.
Oh, definitely. I'll try to cover that. Sure.
Okay, so ma'am, any other points you want to share with all our viewers so that they can keep in their mind?
See, we usually focus on in the classroom we want concept clarity basically. So what happens is you should motivate students to use mind mapping as rigorously. I am saying this because it boosts your creativity. Like I showed you the mind map of time management. Just give your students the central idea and ask them to join the branches to it, and just see the change, just see the revolution in your classroom. And I'm 100% sure that students and teachers both will enjoy working on mind maps.
Right, and ma'am, it's time for me to wrap up this session, but before that, let me thank you, Neetu ma'am. Thank you so very much for being with us and for your detailed information on creating mind maps on using Freeplane. Thank you so very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
And dear learners and viewers, before I wrap up, let me thank you also for all your comments and valuable information. And before I wrap up, let me share a very important piece of information with you all about India's G20 presidency. We are indeed very proud that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 presidency summit for the first time in the country in 2023, a nation that deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism. India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in our history as it seeks to play an important role by finding pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all, and in doing so manifests the true spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or we can say the whole world is one family. With this very important piece of information, me Renu Bhatt is wrapping up this session here only, but you stay tuned to eVidya channels and NCERT official YouTube channel for more informative program. Next one is Sahyog. Me Renu Bhatt is taking your leave. Namaskar.